car racing. I'm Ed Galloway.
How many times have you heard the old adage, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is? Well, that's good advice most of the time. But there are exceptions, and here's a good example. How about a vacation to Fort Lauderdale, Daytona, Fort Myers, or St. Petersburg, or many other exciting cities, including Orlando, home of Walt Disney World and Epcot? And the best part is the price. Only $59.95. That's right, $59.95 for 5 sun-swept days and 4 fun-filled nights in sunny Florida. There's no gimmick, and there are no hidden charges. Your accommodations are first class at some of Florida's most famous resort areas. Enjoy golf, tennis, or just fun in the sun for only $59.95. If you'd like to know more about this fabulous once-in-a-lifetime offer, just pick up the phone and call 615-836-3101. That vacation of a lifetime is just a phone call away. 615-836-3101. The cost of your call will be reimbursed. Call now. This offer is subject to printed provisions and not available to Florida residents.
Bowl with the best when ABC Sports presents the Pro Bowlers Tour, Saturday afternoons at 2 p.m. on WHTN, Murfreesboro, Nashville.
Looking for great wrestling action? Stay tuned. It's International Championship Wrestling, and welcome. I'm your host, Les Thatcher. Joining me again here at Mike's side, Corporal Terry Daniels, and we want to talk about coming up a big return match between Brian Walsh and Larry Winters, and our feature match on today's programming. We've got great stars, Sullivan, the Purple Haze, Jumpin Joe Savoldi, but our feature match, Terry, is going to be Ox Baker tangling with Austin Idol. What a battle that is.
I'm not going to miss that one, Les.
Well, it's going to be something. Terry's going to be with me. Join me later will be Ron Sexton to help give us his color commentary. As we say, great wrestling action coming your way right now. Getting ready to go in the ring is Larry Winters to meet once again Brian Walsh. This is their third time out. Last week we ran out of time at the end of the program, so they're back to try and resolve this thing and decide a definite winner between Walsh and Winters. So without further hesitation, let's go to Steve Budd, our ring announcer. instructions from the referee. We're ready to roll. Terry, quickly before the match starts, I want to ask you, have you heard any information on your father?
I've had some letters come in. I've had a few phone calls come in, but they haven't been real promising. You know, I'm
nothing conclusive then.
Nothing conclusive. I'm getting closer and getting closer. I've heard he was in this area, you know, which is making me feel a lot better. But it may take a little time, but I'm glad it's coming around.
Well, I'm sure it will, but let's hope it works out. And for the fans, if you happen to know something, you've heard us talk about Terry Daniels trying to find his father, who he hasn't seen in many years. If you happen to know anything, contact the television station where you watch International Championship Wrestling. They will pass the information on to ICW and on to Terry Daniels.
Thank you very much, Beth.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
You know, let's get into this match. I think this has turned into more than just a wrestling match. I believe there's grudge involved here.
I'm telling you.
Because 2 disqualifications and then coming into the third, you know, you don't even know what's going to happen.
Absolutely. You know, as I watch this Larry Winters, and of course you wouldn't remember, you know, you're too young to remember, but I remember Kevin Sullivan when he turned professional. And this young man reminds me of a young Kevin Sullivan to some degree, almost the same size, the same build as when Sullivan first stepped into a professional ring. And if the way he handles himself in that ring is any indication, he may be just the same kind of wrestler.
Well, maybe so, but let's hope he doesn't turn out to be the way Sullivan is now.
I agree.
I don't wish that on anybody.
As you see right now, Winters is taking his battle outside the ring to do vocal war with the fans.
Well, I think he's taking a different. I think he's trying to psych Walsh out now. Look, it's a mind game, Les.
Absolutely.
A mind game. If you can't, some of these guys like Winters, if they can't get in there and out-wrestle you or this or that, then they'll try and play mind games with you.
I agree.
Sometimes it succeeds and sometimes it doesn't.
Absolutely. So as we watch Walsh and Winters circling, don't forget, coming up, Jumpin Joe Savoldi. We're going to see the Purple Haze and Kevin Sullivan, of course, accompanied by the lovely Fallen Angel, but lethal, I might add, in tag team action. We're going to see Mike Kaluha. And our big feature match on today's program is going to be Ox Baker.
See that?
Wow. Look here. On the roof.
Oh, look at this. All right, what a move. What a move. Excuse me for interrupting you.
No, it's all right.
Did you see what happened there?
Again, a psychological game.
Yes.
Right? Walsh infuriated Winters. Winters made a move and opened himself up for
That's right.
arm drag.
It backfired. Right there it did.
It sure did. You know, the incident, you were in the building the night that Ox Baker broke the plaque of Austin Idol, and he and Buddy Rose doubled up on Austin Idol.
I sure was. And that's, you know, that's still a shame, because receiving a plaque like that is something that only experiencing it.
You know what these feelings.
Yeah, you can realize. You know.
Sure.
And I believe Austin Idol will revenge on that.
I know he's geared up for it. Talking to him in the dressing room before today's program began, he was really psyched up for the occasion, and that is our main event on this edition of ICW International Championship Wrestling.
I believe he's wearing him out now, Les. He's working out arms.
You know, we're talking about the speed and the way these boys are moving the last 2 outings, Terry, and I was just, as you were mentioning it, I'm sitting here thinking maybe Brian Walsh has decided to slow this pace down, be more deliberate, and in turn maybe come up with more definite advantage, because it's been give and take all the way.
It sure has.
Into that hammerlock, he's been working on that arm, and I think, you know, if you're seeing professional wrestling for the very first time at home on your TV, we might mention to you that basically it's this simple. You've got 5 points of balance: the legs, the arms, and the head, and you're out to take 1 or more of those points of balance away from your opponent, and in so doing, to pin him or make him submit. As simple as that, right? It's simple to talk about, I should say.
Yes, it is.
Right?
You know, a lot of people try to compare it with amateur wrestling, which actually it is the same thing.
Winters trying to get around. You notice that?
Yeah, I
talking
noticed
about
that.
quick Winters saving himself on that one. Walsh trying for the backdrop. Winters.
Yeah. He realized he made a mistake. Now he's trying to back out of it. To get back to amateur wrestling, in professional wrestling, it's slowed down, geared down there, because in professional wrestling, you can throw punches, you can throw kicks, you can do this and do that. So just like, for example, right there. In amateur wrestling, you can't do that. It's holds. It's holds. If your opponent in professional wrestling feels he's getting beat, then he's going to go to punching, kicking, gouging, or whatever he can to do. So, you know, it's going to be a lot different.
Well, the pro sport has been opened up more rule-wise to make it a faster, more action-packed event, opposed to the more disciplined amateur style. But there's the same. You take your professional basketball, it's run and gun, and you go to the college, it's more of a controlled type of offense.
Right. Look at this, Les. Walsh had him going, and he made that one mistake, and Winters capitalized on it, and now he's going a little too far, I think, by throwing him outside, running his head in the chair. That's uncalled for.
Winters in the driver's seat now, and this is what he has wanted all along. But as he tries to run Walsh's head into that post, it's Winters himself taking the blow on his shoulders. Walsh with a kick into the midsection. Winters babying that shoulder, and he took a pretty good jolt into that steel post.
That's right. You know, I think he deserved that. I really do. Trying to go a little more overboard than he should. You know, and he got what was due to him.
It sort of tickles me to see him throw that tee up, calling for that timeout. As if that were possible.
But Walsh is making a mistake by staying back, letting him do that, because all he's doing is buying time for himself and getting rest.
Absolutely.
See,
Walsh wanting to get back to the action, took a hurry, moved in, opened himself up for exactly what we're seeing now.
That's right.
Winters on the move with that elbow, stops Walsh and hooks him good. Down, crashing that canvas goes Brian Walsh, and he's stunned. And Winters right now, I think in the 3 matches, we're seeing his most definite offensive advantage, Terry.
Yes, he's done some training, he's done some film watching and studying. It's proven to be good for him right now. But Walsh, you can't take anything away from him, because he is the champion.
He sure is.
He wouldn't have become the champion if he hadn't had that second win in him.
Here's that ego coming into play, and as we've talked about before, that ego can get you in a lot of trouble.
Yes,
You got to have confidence, but too much will get you in a big trouble.
He blocked it. I believe that second win's coming. A while ago, I believe Winters leaned over the ropes and hollered down at me. But you shouldn't do that. He needs to worry more about his opponent in the ring than hollering at somebody else.
He got so far ahead, he got so cocky, he figured he was going to take on anybody within earshot, right?
Yes.
But here again, although Brian Walsh is not out of this match, he is certainly stunned and dazed. Winters trying to take, driving power slam. Walsh finds the ropes.
You know, even being a champion, you just got to use them ropes sometime. You really do.
Well, you know, we're talking about ring strategy, and you're in there to win, and if you got to save yourself that way, I guess they're there.
That's right.
Stick that leg out or that arm out.
You know, that's one thing about in professional wrestling, there's no points scored. And right now, if there was points scored and the time run out, I believe we'd have a new champion.
I think you're probably right. But as you say, there are no points, so you've got to go in there and beat your man. Nobody's going to give it to you on the point.
Did he get
out
it?
of the clear blue sky? Yes, Brian Walsh pulls it out.
God, that was so quick, I didn't even see it. Les?
We're going to see it in slow motion here. Here it comes up. Watch here. Winters sets him up for the backdrop, and look at Walsh. He's ready. He sees him coming, hooks him on his way over, clears him. Watch him here.
The mark of a true champion right there. Always having that one step right there to pull out of the bag.
There you see him bringing Larry Winters back. He'll throw those legs up over the shoulders. The referee scoots in. 1, 2, 3, and Brian Walsh comes up your winner over Larry Winters. And wow, what a match we've had. It sure was. Terry and I'll be back with more wrestling action right after this.
If you're in the market for a new mobile home, come see why more and more people are buying their new mobile homes from Universal Housing, your wholesale mobile home outlet. We definitely have the largest selection of mobile homes in Middle Tennessee. We have 5 new double wides in stock, 3 used double wides in stock. We have over 30 new 2- and 3-bedroom single wides in stock and 8 used homes in stock. They're all at wholesale prices. So folks, come down to Universal Housing, 2011 Northwest Broad, and see why more and more people are buying their new mobile homes from Universal Housing.
The Smyrna Texaco in downtown Smyrna is more than just a filling station. It's a full service station offering complete automotive repair, tune-ups, brake work, muffler installation, water pump and starter service. A special value at the Smyrna Texaco is an oil change, all filter, all breather, and 5 quarts of oil, only $19.95. Call 459-5192 or 459-8820 for wrecker service. The Smyrna Texaco is home-owned and operated by James Farmer. Stop in real soon.
All right, we're back and ready for action. In the ring right now, Chauncey Johnson, your ring announcer, Steve Budd, and we're awaiting the arrival of Jumpin Joe Savoldi. Let's go to Steve Budd for the introductions. Here comes Jumpin Joe, and here's your ring announcer, Steve Budd. Steve Budd says, Jumpin Joe Savoldi, one half of the dream team of Savoldi and Idle, out against Chauncey Johnson. And, well, here's a young guy, Terry, that you can identify with Joe, a pro now for just about 2 years, about the same amount of time that you've been a professional. And so you know what it's like to climb that ladder. And here's a young man, of course, speaking of fathers, his father was twice the world junior heavyweight champion. He's got quite a big set of shoes to fill.
Yes, he does. It's an honor to be a champion, but to be the son of a champion is even a great honor. Have you had a chance to talk with Joe Savoldi outside the ring?
Yes, yes.
What a gentleman, isn't he?
Yes, he certainly is. He's a fine young gentleman, and certainly a credit to his family and to the sport of professional wrestling.
Now, he's taking advantage of the big man here. It looks like the big man, Johnson, underestimated the size of Savoldi, and look where he's at.
Well, of course, the logic here is that flat on your stomach, your power doesn't count for a lot.
That's right. That's right.
Chauncey having a little trouble with the leg. Savoldi kicking out that leg and taking it. Of course, here we're talking about one of the 5 points of balance, and not only is that an advantage in winning the match or gaining the advantage for Joe, but as you say, he's outweighed here. So taking that leg away from Chauncey, he can't take that power up on his feet and bull Joe around.
That's right. That's right. Keep him off his feet, and you can do anything you want.
So only using that speed, and of course, I was never a big man as a pro either, and a lot of times you go in and face that guy when you're spotting that weight, you got to keep moving on him.
Yes, you do.
If you let him settle down on you, well, it's like an elephant laying on a deer.
That's right.
He may not be faster, but he sure is bigger and heavier, right?
But you don't want to play around too long, move around, because if you make that one mistake, they always, especially the experience. You get in there with a big man that's got all the experience, he's looking for the mistake.
Absolutely.
And if you make that one mistake, then boom, you're down on your back, and
you sure are. And you know, while we're watching Joe Savoldi, I want to remind the fans that coming up in our next match will be the Purple Haze and Kevin Sullivan. These guys, what can you say? They are tough. They have created quite a bit of confusion in the ICW. A lot of great, I don't want to mention again for promoter Angelo Savoldi that any top-flight professional, any professional wrestler is welcome in the ICW, whether he wrestles the NWA, the AWA, or the WWF. And, of course, many of our great stars, yourself included, Terry, you have competed in the WWF and now competing with the ICW. And many of these men have been multiple champions in more than one alliance anyway.
Yes.
So we're seeing the cream of the crop right here at ICW.
That's right. Joe's still working on that leg there. He hasn't tried to go for a pin because he don't feel like he's worn him down enough. But he's going to keep working that leg there and get him to where he feels he's got him, and then boom, hit that 1, 2, 3.
Went for that step over toe hold now. And of course, we want to mention a big thank you to our camera crew. These guys are giving you that front row seat right there at home and putting you right in the driver's seat.
Yes, that's it's great. Because you got if there's any awards that could be given to cameramen, I believe these cameramen deserve one.
ICW's got a great champion wrestlers, a great champion camera crew. What can I tell you?
That's right. That's right. And for you littler people, if you don't think big men can't be taken off their feet, this Joe Savoldi right there just proved different.
Absolutely.
Earlier in the match, he took him off his feet with the big elbow.
Just
right there. An amateur move right there, and he took the big man down.
Good waist lock, takes him down. Look at him, grapevine the leg, hooks the arm. And here again, we're talking about wind, and I think Chauncey's tank is reading empty.
I believe so. I believe Joe's going for the pin right here. Oh. But then again, the man's size is, it's hard to move somebody with his size. What is he, 280? 290, 300?
Must be up around that 270, 280 mark, I would think. But you're right, Joe's spotting all the weight. Of course, like I say, Johnson in the posture now, he's not only being controlled wrestling-wise, but I think he's out of wind. So coming to his feet isn't a problem. And I think right now, Terry, it's a matter of somebody putting his shoulders on the canvas, count 1, 2, 3.
That's
I just
right.
think the man's out of gas.
I believe Savoldi is just taunting him now.
I agree. And of course, you know, here marks the difference between a top flight pro and just
Look at this.
another round.
Look at this, Les.
Beautiful move. Beautiful. Hooks that leg and gets his 3 count.
That's right. If you little people don't believe you can't do nothing, then look at this man right here and then have confidence in yourself.
Jumpin Joe Savoldi with a nice move comes up with a hook and a body press, and he's your winner over Chauncey Johnson. And we're going to have to take a commercial break, and we'll be back with more ICW wrestling action.
We'll get back to more exciting wrestling action. The Universal Wrestling is the major league of pro wrestling. But first, I'd like to announce that Tullahoma, Tennessee will have Universal Wrestling on a new night. That's Friday night, April 25th, 8:05 p.m. at the National Guard Armory. The new promoter for Tullahoma Wrestling will be Nick Gulas, the Dean of Promoters for 46 years. You'll see some new talent that's coming to the area, and they'll be coming on this card April 25th. So remember, a new night for Tullahoma, April 25th, Friday night, and listen to the array of talent we have for that night. The special added attraction, the live animal wrestling bear, returns to Tullahoma after many requests. Victor, weighing 710 pounds, will go against any challenges from the audience. Anyone that pins the bear or comes the nearest in beating the bear will receive a trophy. The main event, a 6-man tag match when New York Doll, Terry Adonis, and yes, Richard Lee will be in the ring as a wrestler, will go against the trio of an outstanding team. The Toast of the Coast, gorgeous George Jr. returns. The very popular Dennis Hall returns after several years' absence, and the Japanese star Mitsu Katayana. Our semifinal, a Chicago death match. Tommy Higgy, seconded by Dennis Hall, will go against Roughhouse Tommy King, seconded by Richard Lee. Both members be busted open and bleeding. The only way the match is over is for a sucker to throw his towel in the ring to signify his man has had enough. Then our first match, Mr. Wrestling will go against Speedy Talltree. Adults at the door, $6, children at 10, $3. You can save $2 off an adult ticket by purchasing them now till 5 o'clock p.m. day of match at the following outlets. In Tullahoma at the locker room located on the old Shelbyville-Tullahoma Highway, in Shelbyville by calling 684-2165. 684-2165. In Manchester at the Jiffy Burger located on the Hillsborough Highway. I'd like to also announce that wrestling returns here to Murfreesboro on Saturday night, April 26, 8:05 p.m. at the new National Guard Armory, 2350 Old Fort Parkway. The special added attraction, the live animal wrestling bear in Murfreesboro. Victor, 710 pounds, against any challenges from the audience. Anyone that pins the bear or comes the nearest to pinning the bear will receive a trophy. A special lights-out European chain match. Both men chained together no more than 4 feet apart. One fall to a finish. Richard Lee, that's right, in the ring. He's been demanded by Tommy Higgy. The main event, an explosive tag match. Falls count in the ring, on the floor, anywhere in the armory. When the New York Doll and Terry Adonis, managed by Richard Lee, will go against yours truly, George Gulas, and the popular Dennis Hall. Then a Universal Heavyweight Championship match. Roughhouse Tommy King champion against the Toast of the Coast, gorgeous George Jr. First match, Tommy Higgy against the rough, tough Tom Branch. Adults at door, $6, children at 10, $3. You can save $2 off an adult ticket by purchasing them at the new National Guard Armory from April 16th till 5 o'clock p.m. Friday, April 25th. And from 4 o'clock p.m. till 6 o'clock p.m. day of match Saturday at the new National Guard Armory. Phone number for more ticket information is 893-6056. Promoter for Universal Wrestling, Nick Gulas. See you in Tullahoma and Murfreesboro. Let's get back to more exciting wrestling action.
And Lewin. I mean, absolutely no one will sell you a car or truck for less money than Dwayne Luck Chevrolet in Smyrna. Look at this, a brand new 1986 Chevrolet Chevette, automatic air conditioning at 10.9% financing. Drive it home today. $149 a month. Look at this car. How about this, friends? A brand new 1986 Chevrolet Spectrum, 5-speed air conditioning, has 10.9% financing, only $159 a month. Call us today. Oh, we'll see you here at Dwayne Luck Chevrolet.
Due to HBO and Cinemax's recent decision to scramble their signals, Moondance Satellite is celebrating.
What?
That's right, celebrating the arrival of up to 29 new commercial channels and up to 9 new unscrambled movie channels. And for a very limited time, with the purchase of a satellite system, you will receive a free 5-day, 4-night vacation for 4 to Costa del Sol, Florida, including free golf, tennis, and swimming. Just $16.49 gets you the dish, receiver, remote control tracking, all installation, and the Florida vacation. No money down with payments as low as $48 a month. This won't last long, so call Moondance Satellite today.
All right, we're back in our ICW arena. Entering the ring right now is one of the tag team combinations, Chris Galahad and Tom Brandy, and they're going to be facing the tandem of the Prince of Darkness, Kevin Sullivan, and the Purple Haze, Mark Lewin. Join me here at Mike's side. Look at here on the camera. Sullivan having a confrontation with Terry Daniel. Join me here now, Ronnie Sexton. Ronnie, welcome aboard.
Thank you, Les. It's my pleasure to be out here with you at the desk. And this tag team combination coming up, it's going to be very interesting with Purple Haze and Kevin Sullivan, the valet of Fallen Angel, against a very young team I see here today.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, I'm no big fan of Sullivan and Lewin. I've known them both. I've watched both their careers beginning to current. But whatever you say, you've got to say these guys are productive. They come out, and they come out big. They come out winners.
That's for sure. And I'll tell you what, it's just like you say, you may not like their tactics, you may not like their ways, but they are very rough wrestlers, very aggressive, and they give you not an inch of opening.
Well, let's go to the ring for the introductions. Out against Tom Brandy, Chris Galahad, and Ronnie. Tag team competition is tough in the ICW, and these guys are making things happen. Once again, they're creating a spot for top tag team talent, and of course, Sullivan has made no bones about it from the very get-go. He wants Idol and Savoldi.
I tell you what, that is true, Les. I've heard about the confrontation that he wants with Idol and Savoldi, and I think in a way that Sullivan and Haze may be biting off more than chew.
Well, you never know. These guys have got a long track record as a tag team, but Idol and Savoldi have gelled so quickly. They've come together so well in such a short time. It's certainly going to be one heck of a wrestling match.
Yes, that's true.
And I say wrestling match, it may not even be that. That's what's on the marquee, but it may just be a good old-fashioned back alley brawl.
Yes, yes. The Purple Haze there, his size, he's like a towering oak tree out there in that ring.
You know, I've known this man. I was still competing when I met Mark Lewin, and from being just the average mid-American boy, right, from, the normal all-American boy, you might say, he has gone 360 degrees and has completely embraced the Asian way, as the way Sullivan says it. But, details about it later, but, he has married an Asian lady who was a movie star at one time.
That is something I didn't know about Mark Lewin.
And, of course, he has, he's taken a lot of the Asian habits, and as a Westerner, you know, his style of living and so forth, and his beliefs don't seem to even fit anymore in the United States.
No, they surely don't. I've noticed in the past a lot of articles I've read about him where he does a tremendous amount of meditating before matches, before going to the gym, and that is something here in the States we're not used to one bit whatsoever.
Well, of course, you know, here's a guy, too, that, look at him. Look at the expression on the face.
Yes.
I see these close-ups, and sometimes I wonder, you know, is there 52 cards in that deck?
Yes, I know what you mean.
Of course, he and Sullivan like two peas in a pod. Kevin, I've known since his initial professional appearance. And here's another guy who's gone 360 degrees, and he's throwing the rule book out the window, and his regard for humanity, as far as that concern, has been put by the wayside.
Yes, Kevin, I remember him from my earlier days of professional wrestling, and he's always
Pile driver. And there you have it.
Oh, mercy. I tell you what, Les, they're coming down here, and I'm getting out of here right now.
All right, Ronnie, and please join us again. And coming to our desk now is the Prince of Darkness, Kevin Sullivan, and another big win for the team of the Haze and Kevin Sullivan.
Well, I'm going to make one thing perfectly clear. There's going to be some sacrifices made. Obviously, I'm talking about two maggots. I'm talking about Joe Savoldi, and I'm talking about Austin Idol. Because when the fallen angel was given to me by Habuddin himself, I went through the 13 steps of purging myself to make me strong. I know lust for no flesh any longer, because I know I have transcended the mountaintop. I met a wise man there, and the wise man turned out to be the Purple Haze himself, given to me by Mother Sea in the hour of darkness when I needed him most, when I sent Black Jack Mulligan to the hospital forever. You see, you can't ban me anymore. You can't suspend me, because I am coming home. Idol, Savoldi, your head belongs to me in the Haze. Akbar himself is the king.
And there you have it, the Purple Haze, the Prince of Darkness, and the Fallen Angel. We're going to be back with ICW In Depth. I'm going to talk to Joe Savoldi and Austin Idol right after this.
Pardon me, miss. Do you read TV Scene?
TV Scene? We stock up on it every week.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Do you read TV Scene?
TV Scene? Yes, that's how I'm going to judge what I watch tonight.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you read TV Scene? Excuse me, sir. Do you read TV Scene?
TV Scene? You can bank on it.
Pardon me, ma'am. Do you read TV Scene?
TV Scene? It's my best shopping bargain. It's free.
Hello. You know, a lot of folks are reading TV Scene today. That's because it's a complete television guide. So if you're not reading it, you should be. Pick up one at a location near you. It's free. TV Scene. Mighty fine magazine.
Anyone wishing to raise funds or promote pro wrestling may do so by writing to International Championship Wrestling, P.O. Box 990, North Attleboro, Mass. 02761. That address again is International Championship Wrestling, P.O. Box 990, North Attleboro, Mass. 02761. Would you like to become a pro wrestler? Learn how by writing to International World Wrestling Alliances, P.O. Box 990, North Attleboro, Mass. 02761. Once again, if you want to become a pro wrestler, write to International World Wrestling Alliances, P.O. Box 990, North Attleboro, Mass. 02761. Due to a tremendous response, we've been unable to reply in some cases as quickly as we would like. However, we will personally answer each letter sent to us just as soon as we can.
Welcome to another edition of ICW In Depth. With me, Austin Idol and Jumpin Joe Savoldi, the Dream Team. I'm going to start.
I like that.
You like that, huh?
I love it.
We're going to start talking with Austin, but gentlemen, what I want to discuss here, you both have been involved in controversial matches where you've had tapes shown and shown over and over again in later weeks on television. This thing has come up with the Blackjack Mulligan, Kevin Sullivan incident, where our promoter, your father, Angelo Savoldi, has said only to show it would be to condone the actions of Kevin Sullivan. So Angelo has elected not to show it. Sullivan has raised a big uproar. He thinks it should be shown, but Angelo says if he wants to wrestle Mulligan, he'd be happy to book that in any town they'd like, but he won't show the tape. If it were your tape, Austin, how would you feel about this?
Well, Les, let me put it this way to you. Joe was in Florida when this incident took place, okay? I wasn't there, but I have been fortunate enough to be one of the very selective few people to see the film of what took place with Kevin Sullivan, Mark Lewin, and Blackjack Mulligan. And what I saw was like a horror movie, but except it wasn't a movie, it was real. I mean, it was real life. And to see something like this, it baffles me and bewilders me that anybody in any kind of a sane mind could do this to another human being. And unless it was a bottle that was taken and broken. I'm talking about smashed in the face of Blackjack Mulligan. You saw it, and it was literally stabbed in the face by two homicidal maniacs.
Well, of course, this was the controversy, which they couldn't decide whether to show it or not to show it because of the extreme violence. But do you think, I believe, that Sullivan wants it seen just to bolster his own ego once
Let
again?
me tell you something, Les. I was there. You know, I was there. I saw it firsthand. We all went out and blackjack back. And let me tell you something. People like Kevin Sullivan, they get off on that. See, he is not here to wrestle. He's here to hurt people. You know, his whole family is not only here to hurt people. I think speaking on my own words, it was the most atrocious, malicious assault I've ever seen in professional wrestling. And I don't blame my dad. And I'm not saying it's because it's my dad, but I do not blame him not showing this, because I'm telling you, it was just like showing somebody being shot, or somebody being stabbed outright, and I really don't see why.
Gentlemen,
it was terrible.
Another side to this coin, I think, possibly, is that Sullivan wants this tape seen. He's, of course, gunning for the two of you.
Gets off on
Maybe he thinks this is going to strike some fear in your heart by seeing what happened to Blackjack.
Les, something here is unholy. You know, I'm not trying to reiterate, and I'm not trying to be mush-mouthed either about this, but there's something here that is extremely unclean. There's something here that has nothing. I mean, this is professional wrestling. I'm not talking Christianity, but in a sense, I guess I am. But it's an evil, alien force that has apparently taken the minds and the souls of these two people along with a young girl. Now they stabbed a man in the face. They stabbed a man in the eye, Blackjack Mulligan, who's had a tremendous wrestling career. They stabbed him in the face down in Florida. I don't know exactly what his condition is now. I saw the film. If it were me, like Papa Savoldi, no, I would not show that film to anybody, because exactly what you said, what Joe said, that's what they want. They want to get off on that, and to condone that would be a sin. And I say, like Papa Savoldi, I say, don't show the film. And I say, if they want to see the film, let them go somewhere else if they want somebody else to show the film, but don't do it here. I agree with you.
And if they think that they're going to try to scare us off, let me tell you something.
I was just going to say, one quick question. We're about out of time. Does it make any difference to you what's on that tape, whether you two face the Haze and Sullivan or not?
I think it's going to hurt them, because my brother right here and myself will train 10 times harder, and we're going to take care of them guys. We've seen the film. I was there. He saw it. Don't worry. Now we'll train 10 times harder, so I think it'll be a disadvantage in this situation.
There you heard the comments of Austin Idol and Joe Savoldi. And, of course, the controversy rages on, and that has been our International Championship Wrestling In-Depth for today.
Montgomery of Montgomery Real Estate and Auction Company. Statistics show that 90% of real and personal property owners have a need for the services of a professional auction company at least once in a lifetime. Montgomery Real Estate and Auction Company is well established, locally owned, and has for years provided unbeatable services to citizens of Tennessee counties. We would welcome the opportunity to talk with you about your auction needs. Call Smyrna 459-4563.
Jayco has arrived at the Franklin RV Center. See the new line of Jayco travel trailers, fifth wheels, and fold-down tent campers now on display at Franklin RV Center in Franklin, Tennessee at prices you won't believe. Whatever your camping needs, Franklin RV Center can help you. And because of our low overhead, we can save you hundreds of dollars. Excellent financing terms can save you even more. That's Franklin RV Center, I-65 at Highway 96, Franklin. Sales, service, and rentals. We are open Sunday for your convenience.
J.D. McSlade in the ring and Mike Kaluha entering the ring now. And for the introduction of this match, let's go to our ring announcer, Steve Budd. J.D. McSlade and Mike Kaluha out to square off in ICW action. Join back at our mic again, Ronnie Sexton. And Ronnie, you saw our in-depth, I talked to Austin Idol and Joe Savoldi. Your opinion as a wrestler, the tape, the controversial tape about Mulligan and Sullivan and the Haze, would you show it? Would you expect it to be shown?
You know, that is something that ICW as a board is going to have to look at themselves. It's very controversial, the whole thing. I've known, as I was saying earlier in Kevin's match, I knew Kevin when I first started in professional wrestling. He was a very good scientific wrestler. And then all of a sudden he snapped and he changed.
You know, I wonder, Ryan, there's more than what we see on the surface to Kevin Sullivan. Like you're saying, he and I go way back, and he's made this statement. Lester, you know me? I do. I know Kevin Sullivan. There's more to the man than just what we're seeing, this devious, you know, just how much of this is psychological warfare, I'm not sure. I sure to think that his mind has really gone in the direction in which he would like us all to believe.
You know, Les, as you were saying about, you know, the mind itself, who knows what lurks within the mind. Kevin Sullivan is devious. I have seen what he has done to many opponents. I have read about him, and I have gotten reports on him. And Kevin Sullivan will stop at nothing. And with Purple Haze, it's hard telling what it will take to stop him.
I heard that. I know exactly what you're saying, but of course only time will tell. I don't believe that promoter Angelo Savoldi will be swayed to show the tape, but certainly I could be swayed to buy a ticket if and when Haze and Sullivan square off with Joe Savoldi and Austin Idol.
Yes, that will be a barn burner, and as you said earlier, that won't be a wrestling match. It will be a back alley street fight.
And speaking of Austin Idol, don't go away, don't go to the kitchen, don't go out and start the car. You stay here, because coming up next, our feature match is going to be the big man, Ox Baker, against the Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol.
Good.
Kalua, nice move there. Up here, I was watching here, and I saw him do this a couple weeks ago. The golden twist from Gorgeous George's era. He goes into that corner, walks up that rope off that headlock, and spins his man out the center ring, Ronnie.
Yes, I tell you what, this Mike Kaluha, he's a very fine athlete. I've had opportunity to sit and talk with him. He's from Hawaii. He is body water surf, not with the board, but
body surf,
yeah,
right?
Body surfing with just laying your body on the waves and going down to the. I think it's dangerous enough with the surfboard, but much less just having your body on that wave.
Well, some of those big waves off the shores of Honolulu certainly would be dangerous in any manner.
Yes.
He's a fine young athlete right now. J.D. McSlade is feeling the wrath of Mike Kaluha. Kaluha catches him with a chop. And these guys are pretty evenly matched as far as size, but I think Kalua has the edge in the experience department, Ron.
Yes, I believe so. Very good suplex there.
Well, you know, as a competitor here in the ICW, I'm sure you're as interested as everyone else when, you know, if you're back in the dressing room or home watching TV for some reason, and you hear me talking about these guys that Angelo Savoldi is signing, like the Giant Kamala and Blackjack Mulligan and Bruiser Brody, Angelo Mosca. Ronnie, we're talking about some elephants here, brother.
Not only that, but a lot of ring experience, It's that suplex.
Nice one. And he's got his man, Mike Kaluha, with a suplex, catching McSlade off the ropes. Nice move, body press, 1, 2, 3. And the man from Hawaii, Mike Kaluha, comes up with a win here on International Championship Wrestling. We're going to take a break and try and earn a couple bucks for our sponsors, and we'll be back with your feature match, and it will be Ox Baker battling Austin Idol right after this. Look at there. Kalua from the top rope drives it home.
This is Dee Dee Prestige, and I wrote a poem for you. Prestige Gardens is the place to go for plants, shrubs, or trees, anything you want to grow. Beautify your home and garden with our flowers and seeds. At Prestige Gardens, you'll find the best for your needs. Come see us for anything you're looking for in landscaping, garden, or to beautify your homes and offices. We take pride in your plans for beauty. Thank you.
Wouldn't a delicious Sir Pizza be good right now? Why not let Sir Pizza serve your favorite pizza, piping hot and made to order? If you can't make it, call us for home delivery. Yes, we deliver piping hot Sir Pizzas and sandwiches to your door. Just think, no cooking, no cleanup. A delicious Sir Pizza piled high with your favorite toppings. For Sir Pizza home delivery in Murfreesboro, call 896-2410 or 893-2111 to enjoy your favorite Sir Pizza at home. Remember, we're only a phone call away.
Anyone wishing to raise funds or promote pro wrestling may do so by writing to International Championship Wrestling, P.O. Box 990, North Attleboro, Mass. 02761. That address again is International Championship Wrestling, P.O. Box 990, North Attleboro, Mass. 02761. Would you like to become a pro wrestler? Learn how by writing to International World Wrestling Alliances, P.O. Box 990, North Attleboro, Mass. 02761. Once again, if you want to become a pro wrestler, write to International World Wrestling Alliances, P.O. Box 990, North Attleboro, Mass. 02761. Due to a tremendous response, we've been unable to reply in some cases as quickly as we would like. However, we will personally answer each letter sent to us just as soon as we can.
We're back, and without further hesitation, let's go to Steve Budd for our feature event. Exchange, and before Steve Budd can make any introductions, it's Baker and Austin Idol. And Ronnie, we've got a battle.
I'll tell you what, they were starting out with the words, the verbal abuse with one another, and now it's turned into the physical abuse, and already Baker's going with that heart punch.
Look here, ducks under him. Idol ducks under him, trying to get Baker up. Baker trying to offset him. Gets him an atomic drop in.
Idol's going for the figure four.
Already?
Yes.
Try and put that. Whoa.
Sullivan and the Purple Haze are both coming in the ring on top of Idol.
Sullivan and the Haze are hitting that ring, and Austin Idol is in trouble. He may have locked that figure four. Here, Joe Savoldi hits the deck. Savoldi in the ring. We have got mass confusion.
Ox Baker has got the referee. He's choking the referee with the
Ox is keeping the referee out of the fray. Savoldi and Sullivan out on the floor fighting. It's Idle and the Haze. These men are out in the arena floor.
Purple Haze. Oh, Idle's getting a chair.
Idle's got a chair. Drives it into the midsection. Look here. Look at Sullivan and Savoldi.
Looks like they're going out the back door out into the snow there, Les.
They are battling outside the building. They are outside the building.
There's another referee down. I don't know if...
Look here. Look at Savoldi and Sullivan. The camera crew's having trouble getting around the people. The fence. Idle's got a chair. Watch this. Idle with a chair to the midsection of Sullivan. Hits Lewin on top of the head. Savoldi.
It's total mayhem. That's
total mayhem. You're absolutely right.
It's just like we said, Les, a back alley street fight. Savoldi looks like he's got a bloody nose.
We're getting word that the referee's still down and Days inside the building is calling it, giving the match to Austin Idle on a disqualification, but I know that's not what Austin would want. We can't, we're back in our studio now. We got a cameraman back in here. Our timekeeper and ring announcer are taking, and here we see Idle and Savoldi coming back into the building. And where Sullivan and the Haze might be, I know this, Ronnie, is awful cold out there, brother.
Yes, it's very cold, but I tell you what, with those two men with their minds in the dark ages, I don't think the cold's bothering them. They're after...
And they've created a lot of heat, those four guys going at it.
Yes, they have.
But the match has been awarded to Austin Idle via disqualification. The referee down, Sullivan and Haze outside the building, Savoldi and Idle going to the dressing room. And Ronnie, the match is over. The fans moving back in the building. We've got mass confusion, but what a program and what set off. It appeared that Idle may have won this one. He possibly could have won it because he's starting to hook that figure four, but it was Sullivan in to break up the battle. And what can I tell you?
Well, I'll tell you what, Ox Baker, he's a very powerful wrestler. He's got the upper body strength and everything, but once Austin got him down on his back, he was locking into that figure four, and when Austin now puts that figure four on you, you are in deep trouble.
I think Baker had Sullivan and Haze on standby as insurance. He wasn't so confident that he didn't have some insurance, and he had them there waiting in the wings. But go right ahead,
you know, excuse me, Les, you know, you're very right. You know, he probably had him lurking in the wings saying, hey, if I get into trouble, I know you don't like Idle, come and help me. And Sullivan and Haze, they jumped at the opportunity to come up on Idle's backside.
And you've got three guys there who enjoy nothing better than taking people apart. They look forward to it. They're not interested in winning wrestling matches. They're interested in maiming people, and we saw an example of that here today.
Yes, we did.
But nonetheless, it didn't work out quite. They didn't keep Idle down long enough, and he got some help. They couldn't do enough damage like Rose and Baker had done several weeks back. But still, this thing is building, and when it comes to a head, brother, it's going to blow some wrestling arena right off its foundation.
I'll tell you what, I think the main thing was the surprise attack that Sullivan and Haze had in plan, but the whole thing blew apart.
Well, we're going to have to take a break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Wrestling fans, a new night for Tullahoma Wrestling will be on Friday night, April 25th, 8:05 p.m. at the National Guard Armory. The new promoter for Universal Wrestling in Tullahoma is the Dean of Promoters, Nick Gulas. New talent will appear on this card on Friday, April 25th. Some of the names: the Lion Animal Wrestling Bear Victor, 710 pounds, will go against any challenge from the audience. Anyone that pins the bear comes the nearest and pinning the bear will receive a trophy. Also on this card, the Toast of the Coast, Gorgeous George Jr., the popular Dennis Hall returns, Mitsu Katayana. We also have Tommy Higgy, Roughhouse Tommy King, Mr. Wrestling, and Speedy Talltree. Ad doors at the door, $6, $2 to $10, $3. You can save $2 off an ad door ticket by purchasing them in advance at the following outlets. In Tullahoma at the Locker Room located at the old Shelbyville-Tullahoma Highway, in Shelbyville by calling 684-2165, in Manchester at the Jiffy Burger located on the Hillsborough Highway. Then on Saturday night, April 26th, 8:05 p.m., Murfreesboro, Tennessee has Universal Wrestling once again at the new National Guard Armory located 2350 Old Fort Parkway. The live animal wrestling bear Victor, weighing 710 pounds, will go against any challengers from the audience. Anyone that pins the bear or comes the nearest to pinning the bear will receive a trophy. A special lights-out European chain match, both men chained together no more than 4 feet apart. One falls to a finish. The match demanded by Tommy Higgy against manager Richard Lee. That's right, Richard Lee chained with Tommy Higgy. Then we have an explosive tag match. Falls count in the ring, on the floor, anywhere in the armory. When yours truly, George Gulas and Dennis Hall, my old partner, comes back, we'll team up to go against New York Doll and Terry Adonis, managed by Richard Lee. A Universal Heavyweight Championship match in the semifinal. Roughhouse Tommy King champion will go against the challenger, the toast of the coast, that's right, gorgeous George Jr. First match, the rough tough Tom Branch against Tommy Higgy. Adults at the door, $6, children under 10, $3. You can save $2 off an adult ticket by purchasing them at the new National Guard Armory from April 16th till 5 o'clock p.m. Friday, April 25th. And from 4 o'clock till 6 o'clock p.m. day of match, Saturday, April 26th at the new National Guard Armory. The phone number at the Armory is 893-6056. That's 893-6056. Promoter for Universal Wrestling is Nick Gulas. And in the studio I have promoter Nick Gulas, a big card in Murfreesboro on April 26th, and in Tullahoma April 25th. But a lot of wrestling fans have asked when you will have Universal Wrestling debuting in Nashville, Tennessee. I think you've got a few words to say about that.
George, we're getting everything ready to go in Nashville, Tennessee, and I think the next several weeks we'll have a location, maybe at the fairgrounds or the auditorium. We're going to have some great new faces. I know a lot of fans have met me on the street. Everywhere I've been, they said, we sure like to see you come back to wrestling and bring us some new faces because they're tired of seeing the same faces over and over. So we're definitely coming back in the next several weeks, George, and I hope we're going to have some great outstanding stars. We're lining up right now, people that's seen on TV.
Don't forget, Tullahoma, April 25th, 8:05. Murfreesboro, April 26th, 8:05. Let's get back to more wrestling action on WHTN, Channel 39.
Repair in Lebanon, Tennessee is the place to go for all your shoe repair needs. Charlie not only repairs shoes, he also makes them, and his specialty is orthopedic footwear. Charlie uses only the best materials for his orthopedic shoes and takes pride in making them both stylish and comfortable. He sells extra depth shoes with molded inlays in them for the maximum in footwear comfort. Charlie also repairs saddles and does other types of leather work. Stop by today at Charlie's Shoes and Orthopedic Repair and Sales at 108 West Main Street in Lebanon. At Custom Cabinets, if it's wood, we make it. Whether you're in the market for beautiful cabinet work or stylish custom-made doors and windows, our 35 years experience and dedication to excellent woodworking will ensure a job well done. We also carry name-brand appliances such as Gen Air, KitchenAid, and White Westinghouse. We also make stylish bookcases, china cabinets, shelves, and much, much more made to your specifications. Stop by and see Dean or Steve Westbrooks today at Custom Cabinet Shop, 301 West Main in Murfreesboro.
Anyone wishing to raise funds or promote pro wrestling may do so by writing to International Championship Wrestling, P.O. Box 990, North Attleboro, Mass. 02761. That address again is International Championship Wrestling, P.O. Box 990, North Attleboro, Mass. 02761. Would you like to become a pro wrestler? Learn how by writing to International World Wrestling Alliance, P.O. Box 990, North Attleboro, Mass. 02761. Once again, if you want to become a pro wrestler, write to International World Wrestling Alliance, P.O. Box 990, North Attleboro, Mass. 02761. Due to a tremendous response, we've been unable to reply in some cases as quickly as we would like. However, we will personally answer each letter sent to us just as soon as we can.
We've got just a few seconds to say goodbye, and you're talking about wrestling action that started out to be Austin Idol and Ox Baker, ended up Sullivan, Lewin, Baker, Savoldi, Idol. They all hit that ring, and what confusion. And when those guys hit it again, brother, it's going to be quite a battle. Les Thatcher for Ronnie Sexton, everyone here, thanks for being with us, and until next time, so long for ICW.